Well, so we were, it kind of came about because 2 years ago I was producing Tall Ships Los Angeles. And the long story short is it was kind of a dare. Our partner at the city of Los Angeles said, well, Craig, you're in LA now. You need to do something kind of big and splashy at the festival. Have you ever considered, doing something like, a giant inflatable duck? And that's where it started at. And, 6 months later, I own the world's largest rubber duck.
So how do you find the world's largest rubber duck? Is this something you have to go out and find somebody to build this thing, I imagine, right?
Yeah, there's a company. So the stats on the duck are, it's a little over 6 stories high and it weighs 11 tons. It's got a giant steel pontoon that it floats on.
Okay.
There's a company in Ohio that built the inflatable part of the duck, and then there's a company in Ontario, California that built the steel platform that it sits on. So those were the two companies, and it was one of those things. It was like, either this is going to be really stupid or it's going to be really smart. And so far it's worked out to be pretty smart.
Yeah, no doubt.
People like it. It was really, really popular in Los Angeles. On Saturday and Sunday of the event in LA, the LAPD actually closed us early each day because we had so many people trying to get to the site, and they had to close down the Pacific Coast Highway and the 110 freeway because of the traffic. It ended up being the largest event on LA's waterfront in history, which is, I guess, kind of a cool thing. So yeah, from there, we've done a couple of other things with it. We did Oyster Festival in Oyster Bay. We're bringing it to Duluth. It's going to go to Ireland in July. And I think it's going to do one of the professional college bowls next spring.
Wow, very cool.
Or next January.
So how do you move the big duck? Is it in a big semi-trailer type of deal or what?
For the steel pontoon, the duck itself actually packs up into like a half-size cargo container, and you can actually FedEx the duck around the country.
Oh, okay.
But the steel pontoon requires a lowrider semi to fit the whole thing on. So it's quite a production to move it around, and it's quite a production to put the thing up, to inflate it. And then we have to have a crane that lifts it into the water, and then we have to have a tugboat that pulls it around in the water.
So that was my other question. So once it gets in the water, tugboat pulls the thing around.
Correct. Yeah. And it's, for most of the events, it'll be stationary. It'll be in the...
Will it go under the lift bridge at any point?
Yeah, it should. It's a little bit dependent on weather, but it should go it'll certainly fit under the lift bridge.
Right.
It's just the duck, it's hard to explain.
Kind of unpredictable,
how really
I imagine,
big
right?
is it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just enormous. And so when it gets breezy out, the thing is it's a giant sail.
I bet.
It really catches the wind. So as long as it's not, really, really windy, it'll certainly come in under the lift bridge for the parade of sail with the tall ships. And then it'll get stationed somewhere on the waterfront. I haven't exactly decided where yet. So the attraction of it at the event is people love to come and stand in front of it and take video and selfies and post them online.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So does the duck have a name, or it's just the world's biggest rubber duck?
Her name is Mama Duck, and then we have a baby duck which is 10 feet high, and his name is Timmy.
Oh, okay. So what does the little duck do? What does the baby duck do? Just float around too?
Well, Timmy comes and hangs out at the festivals. On occasion, he gets lost. When we were in Los Angeles, he got to Los Angeles a couple weeks before his mom did, and he was lost. So he wandered all over LA looking for his mom.
Oh.
He went to LA City Hall and met the mayor of LA, and he went surfing with some surfers on Venice Beach. He went to a Dodgers game. He went to the LA Zoo. He went down. He was on Hollywood Boulevard for a while, hanging out.
We will expect to see Timmy here then too.
Yeah, Timmy will definitely be Duluth. He'll be not just in Duluth. He'll be all over Minnesota and all over Wisconsin ahead of the event.
Sure, it should be a big event this year, huh? Anything you want to mention about the Tall Ships Festival itself?
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things going on surrounding the festival. I mean, the duck is obviously another very cool, fun thing, but we've got some just amazing ships lined up this year. Probably the two rock star ships are El Galleon Andalusia, which is from Spain. It's in the biggest class of tall ships. It's a Class A vessel. It has an entirely Spanish crew. It has a female Spanish captain. And it's an amazing looking ship. I mean, when it comes under the lift bridge, people will be in awe. I had it with me in Tall Ships Philadelphia this past summer, and it was easily our biggest attraction in Philadelphia. It's just a really, really cool ship. And then, given that we have such a Northern European demographic, or Scandinavian demographic in Duluth, the Viking ship we have coming is also amazing. It's called Dragon Herald Fairhair, Dragonhead Fairhair.
Okay.
That's the English version of it. I can't pronounce the Norwegian version of it, but it's another very, very cool ship, and they're sailing it all the way from Norway to Duluth for the event.
Wow. Well, we look forward to it. It should be awesome to see not only the tall ships, which are spectacular, we've come to learn, and then now this world's biggest rubber duck should be pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be.
All right. Well, Craig, it was a pleasure catching up with you, and we wish you the best of luck.
You too.